color mixing for landscape using a set of double primaries, the 2 yellows and 2 reds and 2 blues, burnt sienna and an extra yellow ochre because we use it so much in landscapes, and then titanium white. And just for the workshops, this will help you a lot. This is ultramarine blue, phthalo blue mixed with white, but it looks a lot like cerulean, so you can use cerulean. Phthalo blue is a very difficult color to work with because it's dark and you often get them mixed up. But if you always put them in the same order and you get to know the colors properly, that won't happen. Alizarin crimson, cadmium red light. Make sure you know the names of the paints so that you don't get mixed up. This one is yellow ochre, cadmium yellow, and you can see it almost looks like a very deep yellow and very warm, and then cadmium yellow light, or you can also use lemon yellow and then white. Now for landscapes, you're going to work in the secondaries quite a lot. So with the last workshop, I found out if you actually do a mix of these 2 blues, so that you don't get confused which blue to use, just make a mix of both blues. I'm going to add a little bit more of the ultramarine because it's not a strong color, and I'll use this to show you more or less what the color looks like. Okay, this is the ultramarine and this is the cerulean, so that mixes just like in between. Then the same with this, I'm going to use the cadmium red light and the alizarin and mix a color that looks a lot like cad red deep. Okay, it's a color nicely in between, and you look at the alizarin this side and the cad red light this side, and you can see that one is nicely in the middle of those two. Then the next one is the 2 yellows. I'm going to mix the yellow with one another, and this one is a very strong yellow. It's an artist quality, so you can see it leans a lot towards that one because this color is not strong. Okay, but I make a mix of those two and put it like that. Looks a lot like that yellow medium. And then just to show you the differences in the yellows, there's the my thing is a little bit dirty, but you'll get the gist of the yellow light, and obviously white. Now the first thing that you're going to do at the workshop is mix your secondary. So you're going to mix a purple, a green and an orange, and I'll start with the orange. So I'm going to use this yellow, and I can even use this red. Let me just make a nice orange. I didn't mix enough middle yellow, so I just want to put some of the other color with, so that I have an orange here. Okay, this I talk about this like this is your pantry of colors, your library of colors. Okay, so you have to mix from the start, enough from the start, because you're going to keep on dipping into all of these. So now I have my first secondary. My second secondary is going to be purple. Say for instance like this one, it's going to be purple, and I'm going to add some of the blue and mix a nice purple. want to show you the purple. It's quite blue, so I can really add some more red so that it's a middle, more like a middle purple. Right. Then let me just show you the orange here. Just show it like that. Now you can see the orange that I've mixed there, the purple, it's your darkest color, the yellows are your lightest color, and then we're going to make a green. Again, I'm just going to mix my green over here with some yellow. And enough of that also, so that I have a nice mix of yellow, green, like a green that's neither too cold or too warm, so it's sort of in the middle. That one can go slightly warmer even, with some more yellow. And the exact color doesn't matter that much, so I just want to mix this purple properly. Now I've got a nice purple and I've got a nice orange. Okay, the other go-tos I do is the whites. So I'm going to make a very light warm white. I'm also going to do a orange and white mix, and I'm also going to do a blue and white mix. In landscapes we use this a lot. So again, I'm just going to take a little bit of both, a bit more of the ultramarine and just a little bit of that to mix with the white. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make a color that is called blue gray. Daler-Rowney actually sells a blue gray. So it's a blue mixed with white, and then you tone it down with orange or a little bit, very little, you can almost not see it. It's just to tone it down so that it's not a bright blue gray. And that we'll use a lot in the sky. You're going to mix these colors in your landscapes. Okay, and the other one is orange and white. That color. So when you lighten a color, you can use any of these whites to lighten colors as well. If you want it cooler, you add that one because it's going to lighten it. If you want it warmer, you can add that one. And then the last one is just a warm white. So I use a touch of yellow ochre. Very, very little. It's just to warm it up slightly. Okay. You'll probably not even see it on the camera, the difference between the cold white and the warm white. Because remember, white cools things down and then you need to warm them up. So I don't often dip into that white. I'll rather dip into this white. So, and during the workshop, I'll talk a little bit more about this. But now you have an idea. Let me just put this green over here so that you can see the green properly there. Okay, so these are your secondaries, these are your primaries and mixes of the primaries. Okay, the mixes of the primaries are there. So for the workshop, I don't have to explain this, you will then already know it. Okay, and yeah, that's all for now.